Morning, everybody. Welcome to Chelmsford. My name's Chris Webb, Head of Communications at the CWO. I've got Steve with me, I've got Barry with me, and we are here basically to talk to you about how strong the strike is. We also got loads of really noisy members from Chelmsford here. So yeah, the strike is strong. I'll come to you first, Steve, if I can. I've got to say, we turned the corner in the van to come in, mate. We've got Dave, obviously, our General Secretary, will pop in a little bit and say hello, hopefully. And like, incredible turnout, mate. So first of all, well done to you, to the branch. The strike's rock solid here by the looks of it.
Yes, look, from the Mail Centre's point of view, it's solid. We've had tremendous support over the actual start of the dispute. It seems to be growing day by day in respect of it, our support, and the actual business in respect to the threats that have actually imposed on the actual Mail Centre, especially within the processing side, is absolutely disgusting. And I don't want to go into too much detail regarding that, but you know, the more the business actually put pressure on our people, the more the solidarity with us, and that's what we're looking for at this present time.
That, I mean, your point you made there. I mean, obviously travelling around the country on the strike days and stuff. The thing that I seem to be picking up is the further into the dispute that we go, the more Royal Mail attack our members, attack our reps, the stronger people's resolve get. And I mean, you feel it here. I mean, you know, people have lost now 10 days' pay, and the spirit, the togetherness, the solidarity, like, they're not going anywhere, are they?
No, they ain't going anywhere. It's definitely getting stronger. We've noticed that, especially like today, and we had a gate meeting yesterday on the picket line, and we had a tremendous support again. And the more we seem to sort of like the threats from the bullying, from the management, the more the actual support we get from our people. So as far as I'm concerned is, you know, keep the solidarity going, especially with this Mail Centre, because we do have, quote, we do have the son of Thompson in our Mail Centre. There's no two ways about it, yeah. And I hope he's here listening to this, yeah, because the way he's treated me, the way he's treated our people in this office is totally disgraceful.
I mean, Barry, I mean, one of the things Steve just touched on there, it seems you do have like managers all over the country who maybe a bit more cocksure than they normally are. They're a bit more brave than they normally were. That, you know, they're let out of their cage. They've been told that they're going to finish the union. They've been told that they're going to change the workforce. Listen, that ain't going to happen, because we've heard that all before, and we'll put those people back in their place, when we win this dispute. But there are some things going on, and you'll have them in your own division. We're seeing all over the country. I mean, Dave did a piece for the Independent newspaper yesterday where, you know, we basically declared there's a mental health crisis in the Royal Mail at the minute, because we have a CEO and therefore, you know, his married men behind him who are setting out every single day to torture people. Sorry guys. Actually, you know, on workplace, social media platform, 7 o'clock on a Sunday night, 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, ramming things down people's throats, you know. We're doing everything we can, obviously, to expose it. We had the front page of the Mirror today, which has gone down well. Dave's done a couple of great interviews, but this ain't right, Barry. You've been around a long time, mate. I don't want to give away any age or anything, buddy, but this ain't right, is it?
No, it ain't, Chris. And I think that the problem we have at the moment, managers are cocksure on disciplining our members. There's phony charges and going around all over the place. In my own branch, I know we've got an individual who's suspended at its present time. We've got another 3 individuals under investigation. And the problem we face here, the mental cruelty that Royal Mail, and I'll say that again, Chris, the mental cruelty that Royal Mail are putting our members through, and where there's no charges really, you know, and they're just keeping them off of work, and it's mental torture. We have another individual at Luton who's been suspended, and I spoke to him the other day, and I met him the other day. That individual is broken. He's done nothing wrong, but Royal Mail continually keep him off of work. And you know, I think through this dispute, when this dispute is over, we really need an hands-on here to find out exactly what these managers have done, and perhaps we should actually take some of these managers on in another way. I can't say what way, Chris. I think we need them another way. We need an investigation to actually who's telling them to do this stuff, because I don't think some of these local managers, it's not on their terms they're doing this. I think there's a separate load of people in a room somewhere, whether it be 185 Farringdon somewhere, who are giving their instructions out to discipline people and make an example of them. It's totally unacceptable, and we have to deal with that as a trade union. And hopefully when we do get a deal, is that we need to make sure that any deal that's there exactly exonerates some of these people, because it's absolutely disgraceful they're actually treating people, our reps and our lay members, through the discipline procedure. It's absolutely wrong in what they're doing.
When you leave school nowadays, Barry, you have to pass your maths GCSE before you're allowed to leave school. I don't think Simon Thompson would have ever left school if that was the case in his day, because if you look at, he's a geezer who's turned a £750 million profit into £1 million a day loss. And yesterday he said we've had an 84% increase of people going to work during the strike days. I mean, 84% of nothing is nothing, isn't it? What's your take on that around the Anglia division?
Let me make it quite clear, Chris, is that from an Anglia divisional point of view, we're solid. I put the 2 picket lines this morning. I was on a picket line yesterday morning, and our members are solid out there. You can see at Chelmsford Mail Centre today and the atmosphere here today. The longer this dispute goes on, the stronger our members are going to get because of the terms and conditions that Royal Mail want to take from people. Whether you work in an SPDO with 6 people, 7 people or 10 people, they are solid behind this trade union because the terms and conditions that Royal Mail want to take with people is absolutely disgraceful. Now, I'll say this, is that I've spoke to people in this industry for a year or 2 years, and they've said to me, is the union have actually built on the terms and conditions over 30 years or 35 years, and they're not prepared to actually worsen their terms and conditions. So look, we've got people who've worked in this industry for a year supporting this trade union because of Royal Mail are going to change their terms and conditions. It's absolutely disgraceful. We've got solidarity right around our division, and it's great to see. I've travelled up and around the division, been on picket lines, and I tell you what, people are angry. They're angry towards Simon Thompson and the way he spins things. It's about time he started telling the truth. Even though when he turns around and says around a 9% pay deal, it's not a 9% pay deal. Our members are not stupid. They're seeing through it. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, the quicker Simon Thompson goes, the better it's going to be for everybody.
Class, Barry. Thank you to you. So, Barry, I need you to do me 2 things. 1, could you let Vince into your seat?
Yeah.
2, take the an enviable task of finding our General Secretary and getting him in here for me. That's going to be the most difficult thing of those 2 things. And whilst you do that and whilst Vince comes in, Steve, I want to touch on the point that Barry was just finishing on there, yeah? And I think this is a really important point of they think our people are stupid, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that's very true.
Yeah.
I actually, because there's no other reason that you would put and say that is a 9% pay rise when you know damn well that's not what it is. Yeah. There's no other reason other than you think this group of morons is going to suck this up, swallow it, and accept it. I mean, from my experience, and all of our experience, most of our working lives, is that postal workers are amongst the most bright, articulate, and intelligent groups of working people out there.
Yeah. Look, from my point of view, it's like I'll just go for me personally as well. I'm looking to look around about £80 a week to be lost. Now, for someone to turn around and tell me that I'm going to lose like £80, but then he's going to give me a 9% pay rise, we can all see through that, yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, is our posties are not stupid, yeah. They know what's right, yeah, and they know what's wrong. And the only thing that's wrong at this present time is the people at the top who's leading this company, yeah, are so far wrong. It's unbelievable. They need to get out of this business. They need to start with respect the blue shirts, and our posties, in respect to going forward in this dispute and recognise them for what we've done through the pandemic, and we continue to do when we actually support the actual public and actually delivering every day, every single week to our customers. And our customers now are on board with us. As far as I'm concerned, is the general public are getting behind us as well. And it's a good feeling because our people out there, need to know the general public are with us. Because what this company is trying to do to us, I've been in it for 35 years now, and I can't believe what they're trying to do to general postmen and postwomen is totally disgusting.
Thanks, you're spot on, buddy. Vince, coming here, obviously two offices in your branch today. Yeah. First of all, we're in Southend, mate, hundreds of people there. We then come to Chelmsford, hundreds of people there. So thanks, first of all, for the welcome from the branch today. It's been exceptional, mate. Is that the feeling right across the branch?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we've had people travelling today to attend this today. Everywhere's solid. I think in our branch we've got 2,700 members. If I said we had 10 to 20 working, that would probably be an overestimation. Everywhere, even offices that have never been on strike before are 100% behind us. So we've got nowhere to go. We can't put up with what he's put on the table, but we're solid. We know what we've got to do. We've got to stand together. We've got to stand behind our national union, and we will.
I mean, I was just obviously Steve's been talking to us about the site here. Obviously, you've been in the site. We've been down a few times, haven't we? There's always been a site that's backed this union without any question, locally and nationally. It's not just as you back nationally, but you have your own rows locally as well. You deal with them.
We do.
What I mean, you know, obviously, you know, let's just obviously, I don't want to come on a show and be saying, oh, you know, everything's brilliant. This is a difficult situation. We're less than a month from Christmas. 9 more days strike action plan. You know, and the union, and Dave was talking to the members there about, you know, widening our tactics to apply pressure to the company with the front page of the Mirror. I think I don't know if I can be able to show you. Does that actually? Let me see if I can find it. If I've got it here. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that the members there can see that we had the front page of the Mirror today, which seems to have gone well. Every picket line we've been to, people have had it. So make sure you're buying that up today. Make sure you're shoving it in the face of the managers who are spying on you and trying to undermine you. So, you know, they're the idiots here being sucked in by Thompson and co. But the difficult point I want to make to you, Vince, is that, you know, one of the things Royal Mail are clearly setting out to do is destroy people. Yeah. Destroy people mentally, destroy people financially. So people are on their knees, the union's finished, and then it's basically gig economy heaven for them. Yeah.
I mean, we've had people in tears over what Royal Mail have done. You know, it's morally wrong, it's corrupt, but our people know what's going to happen if we don't stand together. Every time Royal Mail bring in another attack, and they seem to do it weekly now, every week we seem to get another attack, shows our people what this place would be like without a trade union. So it makes us even more solid. You know, they're not going to beat us by bullying us. They're not going to beat us by starving us out, because we have no choice. We know what the future looks like without a trade union, and we will not accept it. And our people won't accept it, however hard it gets, because we can't. This is a fight to the end. It's a fight Royal Mail started, and it's a fight that we will be in at the end, because we're not giving up.
Well, I mean, we got your members together at the end, and you know, asked what they thought, and it was. I think I'll give you credit. I think it's the loudest Thompson out chant. We've seen them in every picket line. I think this one was the loudest and the most vociferous. I think they were also transferring that power for mini Mr. Thompson in there in the office. But like, fantastic. I think, you know, listen. I mean, I say this to Dave. We were talking on the way down here and saying, like, you know, this guy has no future, because, you know, win, lose, draw the dispute, no one's ever going to respect him. No one's ever going to want him to be the leader of the company. You know? So I think, you know, we're not in a position now where, like, we're saying to the board, oh, this is a difference in ideology. We're saying you've got a geezer at the helm here who nobody is ever going to follow.
Simon Thompson cannot win, because any company or any decent CEO would know, to take a company forward, you have to take the workforce with them, and he's destroyed the workforce. You know, you see his attacks on workplace. Other companies, people would be up in front of their HR department for some of the stuff he puts on there. He baits people. What a way to! I actually do think that this man has something against postal workers. The same with the manager we've got here. They seem to hate postal workers. I don't know whether we've done something to him maybe he never used to get his post on time or something. But it is an absolute hate for postal workers, you know, considering what we've done all through the pandemic, for people to be treated the way they are now, it's morally wrong, and it shouldn't be happening in this day and age. It beggars belief. It absolutely beggars belief.
Thanks, lads. Some closing words for you, maybe for a moment or two. Message to the members. Oh, here he is, Dave Slayer. We've got a general secretary.
I've got a little couple of drinks for us.
We're live, Dave. What is going on here? Yeah, you see what I've got to put up with here, members, can you? We're all in now. We're all in. Let's just take me out, and I'll be the voice. There you go. You've got these 3 characters. Probably better for me to be off camera for everyone, to be honest, isn't it? Dave, just saying to the lads that we've been in the branch today, and obviously we're getting the images and the photos and the feedback from around the country, the outstanding support. I've never known, obviously you've done a lot more disputes than I have, and these guys do more, and I've never known a dispute that is growing. People are growing into in numbers, in solidarity, and digging in. I mean, Royal Mail's sort of fantasy communication strategy is like being smashed apart by our members on an hourly basis. I mean, you must be proud of the members, but I was just saying to Vince and Steve that we also want to win this dispute, don't we? We need to win this dispute.
And what we've seen today here in Chelmsford, been to Southend this morning, love to come around and see more of our members in their workplaces. We'll be doing that over the next few weeks, making sure that we can get around and see you all. We've seen our members who are involved in this dispute right across the business. So here today, we've got processing members in Chelmsford Mail Centre. We've got members from the air hubs at Stansted Airport, just up the road. We've got our parcel force members and we've got delivery members, and some of those have come from small delivery offices. And what we're saying to them is you're all part of the union. You're all part of one agreement. Our fleet engineers as well. This isn't about having different agreements for different groups of workers. You all get the same pay when we do this deal. You all get the same job security when we do this deal. But I do want to say to you all that there's no way that we can sign up to the agreement that Simon Thompson has put on the table. Simon Thompson says it's the best and final offer. Well, he's welcome to take it off the table because we're not signing up to it. And the reason for that is about jobs. There are thousands upon thousands of job losses coming our way here, including compulsory redundancies that Royal Mail are lying about, are not willing to admit to. And what's happening to the service with this nonsense about moving delivery times back 3 hours, up to 3 hours, that will destroy any point of Royal Mail being able to sort of grow new products and services. No company that delivers to the public, to businesses, connects all of the UK, would suddenly decide that it's going to actually not start delivering till about noon. We think that is an appalling business plan. And, my message to you today is that we want an agreement. We'll do everything possible to reach an agreement, but we've got to have a proper job security agreement. We can't have a situation where our members are being kicked out of their jobs and Royal Mail at the same time are bringing in people on self-employed contracts and people on 20% less paid terms and conditions. That's not an agreement. You can't have people going and other people coming in that way and our members being forced out. And this union will never sign up to that. No union in the country would sign up to that type of deal. No union rep in the country would sign up to that type of deal. And we know that none of our members want that type of deal. You want to see a service that will prosper in the future. We've put some great ideas on the table. We even challenged Royal Mail the other day. I haven't really had an opportunity to say this, but we put to them a test of best ideas on how we're going to grow this business. And they've got no answer to what we're saying to them, because our view is you don't destroy and break up the company and destroy the universal service. You actually use it as leverage to build new products, new services, and add social value to the UK. I'm saying to people this morning, only 18 months ago, all of our members were hailed as key workers in this country. You visited more people during that pandemic than any other group of workers in the country. And we cannot have Simon Thompson and the board deciding, a handful of people here probably got no more than about 6 or 7 years experience between them of Royal Mail determining your futures. We're not having it. We're not accepting it. We're going to carry on this fight. We're coming out with other tactics that I'm sure you'll support to try and take some pressure off of you guys. We're going to give it to Royal Mail in the way that they're giving it to our members. And some of the tactics that Royal Mail are using are unacceptable. We know that they're trying to intimidate people, threaten people. We're not saying that. I didn't mean it in that way. We're going to up the campaign here. We're going to widen the campaign. We're going to expose what their proposals really are. And you're going to see that coming forward in the next few days. So stay with the union, stay strong, stand with your fellow workers. We're all in this together. We truly are. It's about getting the best deal for our members, for the customers, and for the future of the company. And it's certainly not what Simon Thompson has put on the table. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dave. What I want to say, there's one thing. We never do this.
I didn't realise we was carrying on talking, so I wouldn't have gone.
You can't just come into the show and make up your own rules, can you? The one, we don't single out individuals. No. You two coming in, you're doing an incredible job, yeah. And we know all the members are as well. But there's one of your guys who's been sleeping on the picket line. Macy, our parcel force rep. So I wondered, do you want to say something about that?
That's Luke, our good friend Luke, who's the parcel force rep. He's on a 48-hour picket. He's been round the back because their picket line's just round the back of our one. He pops around here from time to time, and we give him a bit of encouragement. But yeah, he's sleeping on the picket, and he's doing 48 hours. He's about 24 hours in. He's got a long way to go yet. He's looking a bit tired, but he's sticking with it. So
Class. Well, Luke, get in there, buddy. Right, Chelmsford. What are we saying?
Can we say a few words?
Karen, where's Karen? Go on, you work quickly.
Yeah, quick word. I'd just like to say, postman, I love my job. It's such a great job. I wake up every morning and wanting to go to work. And I don't want that to change. We're going to stand with our union. We're going to fight. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. And we go again.
Yay! Take it easy, everyone.
I'm gonna take over Chris's role for a minute. And,
Bloody hell, Dave.
I'm gonna introduce you to two of our members from Stansted Airport, the Air Hubs, Karen and Adam, who have come down here this morning.
Need a bit. I've got the camera,
100%
Dave's
solid.
underneath
Oh,
it.
right. You've got the camera on them. You want to say, how's it going in the Air Hub where you work?
I just want to say how absolutely proud I've been of all our members. Management have been doing everything they can to try and break us, but we've been so solid that they can't even open the building. They couldn't get enough screeners to run an X-ray operation, so the building's been closed. And even with a closed building, we still have mass picket lines on every single shift. I am so proud of them. The problem with this business is they think we'll take this because they think we're rats. But we're not rats. We're not rats that they can throw some crumbs to. We're lions. The only problem is we've been sleeping too long. But we've woken up now and we're going to win this dispute.
There you go.
Right, there we go. Come on.
I'd just like to thank all our members for being solid on the picket line and not crossing. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done, everyone. Dave, close it up then. Come on.
Yeah, well, look, great support again today. You know what the stakes are. They've never been higher. There's no getting away from that. And I'm saying to you honestly, there are certain things about the plan Royal Mail putting forward that the union cannot sign up to. No job security commitments in there whatsoever for our members during periods of change. And